Hi, everybody. So today is Saturday. That means it's time for family movie night. And today we are doing things a little bit different because I'm traveling this week. So we're doing an audio only review. So I hope you enjoy that. Let me know what you think. And if you maybe you prefer it this way. I don't know, but I'd love to hear your feedback on it. And today we are starting off Teen Movie Month. This is really fun for me. I love getting to talk about these teen movies and, the coming of age genre can be a tough one for me. I'd really hate that whole, like, sullen, miserable teenager trope that you see so often. So I love finding these ones that I think are good and well done and worthy of praise. So, yeah, this month we are going to be showcasing some really fun movies for teens. And we're starting out today by talking about 17 again. And this is a movie from 2009 and it stars Zac Efron and Matthew Perry. It is directed by Burr Steers and written by Jason Filardi. And I think that this movie does a pretty good job of getting in the heads of a 17-year-old and what it's like when you feel like you're ready to make all of these tough decisions, but like the world doesn't really let you, but then it also is expecting you to make them. Like it's just like this really, really weird sort of in between time. Like you're on the precipice of everything happening, but like nothing is happening. I think that captures that dynamic really well. And I do think it's pretty believable that Zac Efron could be a young Matthew Perry. I buy it. I think it's good. And it has some of the problems that body switching movies always have, the awkwardness, but I think that it leans into it pretty well, that why the mother is attracted to this teenager that looks exactly like her husband, and who she fell in love with as a teenager, like, about the fact that his daughter is attracted to him, like, this just happens. This happens in all the Freaky Friday movies, like, there's just there's just awkwardness of a older person switching bodies with a younger person, but it seems to be this theme that Hollywood continually wants to experiment with. Sort of this question of like, if you had a chance to do it all over again, would you do it differently? Would you change your life? And you have the Matthew Perry older Mike in it and gave up the big scholarship, gave up everything, and and he kind of has that resentment a little bit. I would do it differently if I could do it again. And I do think that theme of sort of regret is a powerful one and something we all think about maybe 'cause and of course, there's the humor that I think Zac Efron's pretty good at of, of, him, like, just an insatiable appetite and, just this younger body and, all that stuff is pretty funny and charming. I think Jason Filardi does a good job with the script of developing because you kind of have 2 characters in young Mike and older Mike, and you don't see older Mike that much, but I think you see him enough to kinda get a feeling for where he's at and his just depression, with how he's feeling. His life hasn't turned out the way he wanted, and Leslie Mann is very sweet as the mom, character, as Mike's wife, Scarlett. And I think she's really good. I think I think the miss in this movie is probably dating. I do think that Michelle Trachtenberg is good as Maggie, the daughter, and Sterling Knight as Alex, the son. They're both, I think, really good in their roles and believable. I think it's sweet. I think it has something to say. So if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend giving it a watch. It's very enjoyable, and it's on Max if you have Max. I also watched the TV movie that came out in 2000. So this was before this feature film. 17 again, starring Tia Mowry, Tamara Mowry, and Taj Mowry. And this premiered on Showtime, which is kind of random. It looks like a DCOM. I thought it was a DCOM, but it's actually not. And it's the same body swapping story, except for in this case, it's the grandparents that get turned young and the trick is that the grandma, when she switches, she looks exactly like the granddaughter because it's Tia and Tamara, and then you have, the grandpa going back into Mark Taylor, who's very attractive, who I actually have interviewed, which is kind of fun, and I've interviewed Tamara as well. And, this movie, it sounds more fun than it actually was. It was a little boring for me. I'm not gonna say don't watch it because, there are some talent here and there's some fun things, but it was just a little slow as far as the story and what was happening. So I was hoping it would be better than it actually ended up turning out to be. So, oh well. And then I actually tried to find a recording of the 17 Again musical that has just been released. It was just added to MTI in December. So just barely uh, just barely in 2023, it was added. But I'm excited for this. I hope that some regional companies in Utah give it a try because I think the music is really catchy. It's by Alan Zachary and Michael Weiner, who have done some really good stuff in the past, like First Date. And they have this has a book by Marco Panett, and I thought the songs were really fun, and there's if you look on, YouTube, there's, Eden Espinosa singing "Time for Starting Over." They have the entire cast album on YouTube that you can listen to, and I think the songs are really catchy, and I feel like there's potential here to do something fun, with this story on a stage. I have mixed feelings about the Freaky Friday musical, but I feel like it has a lot of potential, and so I think this could sort of hopefully do what like I feel like the Freaky Friday musical has a lot of good stuff in it, but doesn't quite land. It doesn't quite pull it off. And so I hope when I finally get the chance to see the 17 again, that I feel like, oh, they did it. They pulled it off. But we'll see. I haven't seen it. I tried to find any kind of paint recording of it, and I couldn't. But it is available on MTI. So if there's companies looking to try something fresh and new that might be have some mass appeal, I think this 17 again is worth checking out. So there we go. That is all these versions of 17 again. Let me know what you think of particularly the 2009 film. Do you like it? Do you think it's funny? Do you think it's thoughtful? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments section or on Twitter. And you check out all my Teen Movie Month reviews. I've done it's about my fifth or sixth year doing it. So there's lots in there. So check that out. And let me know if you have ones that you would like me to review for Teen Movie Month. And please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. And check out the Patreon group. That's the biggest way you can support me. And I would really, really, really appreciate that support. And then we have the merch store, which is a lot of fun. You can get I Am a Theater Girl shirts. You can get tons of fun merch at the merch store. So check that out. And thanks so much, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Bye.